Hey, y'all, come on in. It's great to see you.
Today's soap is one of the mini soaps from Stirling Soap Company.
It's a beautiful morning with the Barbershop Duet.
Hi, I'm Marcus Klinger with Klinger Vocal Studio.
And I'm Sarah Vincent with Sarah Vincent Virtual Pilates.
But on Wednesdays and Saturdays.
We are the Barbershop Duet.
Hey, y'all, come on in. Thank you for finding our little barbershop. If you happen to be here during one of the live premieres on YouTube, why, come on in the live chat and meet the Whiff Pack, a cool group of folks from all over the world hanging out. They'd love to meet you too. And for our mention today, being a Stirling Soap Company day, I want to mention my client, Jacob. He sings with me once a week, and he looked terrible a few weeks ago. I said, what's the matter? He said, well, I just moved. I haven't slept because I am not used to the humidity here, and I got this horrible itch going on, and it's worse at bedtime. Well, let me go over to the Stirling site and send you some shea butter and some body butter. Y'all, he checked in a week later. It helped immensely. And in the shea butter, they offer both the refined and unrefined versions. They worked miracles for him. So if something similar is going on with you as the weather changes, we might invite you to check those out. And what is our soap today?
Our soap today is from the Black Friday selection over at Stirling. So it's a little bit smaller soap and a little smaller splash, just to see what the community thinks of one of these. And the homage today is Leighton by Parfums de Marly.
Y'all, we have heard about this one. What an iconic original this is. So let's meet the soap. All right, y'all, so from the sales page at Stirling Soap Company, so spoiler alert, we are going to give away a few scent notes, but this is based on an EDP, so it's not really about diving down to look at the scent notes in individual shaving soaps. It's about the vibe of that original cologne. So here we go.
Whether you're reliving the glory days of high school football, selling propane and propane accessories, or just enjoying a beverage in the alley with your buddies, this is a well-rounded scent for all occasions.
I want to know the person that did all of those things.
Right? I don't know if we had that here. I'm just saying. A floral woody blend with top notes of apple, lavender, bergamot, and mandarin. Middle notes of geranium, violet, and jasmine. And base of vanilla, cardamom, sandalwood, pepper, patchouli, and guaiac wood. Based on Leighton from Parfums de Marly.
I'm excited about this because as soon as my brain started to form a picture, it threw in more scent notes that just made me have to start over.
Yep.
So once you get that whole picture, it becomes very clear that I have no idea what this is going to smell like. Let's open the box. I think we ordered 12 or 14 from Stirling. Oh, we got a lot still from this 2023
we're going through this box
collection, y'all. It's going to happen, but it's going to take a little bit of time. And here we go. Here is Arlen. Did I get the splash on it? Yep.
Ooh, it's got a big star on the front.
No, I don't even think it's Texas related. I wonder what the star is for. Well, y'all, this might be the star of the perfuming world for 2016 when it first came out, and I am so excited for this first impression. All right, y'all, I am in a question-asking mood, so I'm going to have you go first for Arlen. Here we go.
After reading those scent notes, I am thoroughly intrigued here.
Y'all, it was created to be a unisex fragrance, so this could be anything.
Okay. Well, we might be at a football game. Who knows what's happening?
Selling propane? What?
This could be anything.
Can you smell the propane?
No, you cannot. But there are a little more deeper layers to this than I was thinking.
Yeah?
Just because it started with more the brighter, florally, fruity kind of things, I thought it was going to be much brighter. But there is something that's deeper and more of a bass note to this than I was expecting.
Yeah?
Like, it really does actually fit. Like, we're in winter season right now, and I feel like this type of scent makes total sense for this type of a vibe.
The folks at the Fragrantia website do classify this as a winter or an autumn.
There's something in this. It is not lavender noir.
It's not.
But if there's something in our den that we have that has a similar, like, deeper side, it may be something like that. It's not that at all. But the way that the deeper side is being used, I think it helps the brighter stuff really kick off. But you need that kind of base layer that really kicks in.
It's the masterpiece Lavender Noir from Ariana and Evans.
Yes.
Y'all.
So there's something, I mean, there is lavender in here, but that's not the point of this. But it's a similar style. Like, the deeper sides really help the brighter sides kick up a notch, I think.
Interesting. Okay. Is there a primary scent note in the middle that's jumping out?
It keeps changing.
Oh, I love that.
I thought I had it, and then I was like, I don't know. That changed.
My favorite scents do that. They have a bit of a tug of war, and I think it can even be traced back to their molecular makeup. Your nose senses one particular molecule as two very different things. I know that cherry and almond are done that way. Raspberry and leather are often done that way. So that's what gives it that movement, is your nose is taking it in, but identifying it as two separate things. Is that happening?
No, I think it just keeps changing. Like, I think my nose is finding maybe the jasmine or one of the florals, and then it jumps up to more of the citrusy stuff going on, or it jumps down to the deeper stuff. So it keeps like flip-flopping this way scent-wise, not interchanging necessarily, but like I get the brighter side or I get the deeper side.
It's the scent version of going to the water slides, y'all. Now, if you did see our Arance Mandarini episode, I gotta ask, how pretty is the pour? Because Rod and Mandy straight up replaced that soap, and the only reason was the pour was ugly. Y'all, that's the level of customer service. How's our pour looking?
This is more the standard, I would say.
That's a pour that'll win prizes.
Okay, let me dive back in here real quick.
Yeah.
It's interesting. I feel like if I had to take the florals and fruits out and just kind of put a little tinge on them, not smoky, but like more a deeper vanilla, or maybe the fruits have been kind of cooked or liqueured. There's just something that's happened to them. Like, you can tell it's the perfumer's grade to a scent. It's not just a grapefruit. Like, something's happened to it.
All right, okay.
So there's a little more texture and things happening. I can see why it's unisex. Like, on you, I feel like the deeper sides are going to come out. On me, I feel like the more floral citrusy sides would come a little more potent on me.
Got you. So is it less of a vibe and you can actually sense the individual scent notes in this one?
I want to say yes, but I feel like they keep changing, so maybe that turns into a vibe. That could be both.
There you go. Okay.
I feel like I'd wear this more as a nighttime scent, at least off of here. It could change when we open the splash, but from here, I feel like there's something that you want to be getting dressed up to wear, maybe, or just hanging out, going out to dinner at night. Like, there's just a little more dusk happening to me.
Now, Parfums de Marly will let you know that the original Layton is their ultimate crowd pleaser. Where would you put this on our crowd-pleasing scale?
Oh, I would agree. It's definitely on a crowd-pleasing scale. I don't know if, like, little kids would smell this and be all about it, but I feel like the average person, if you walked by in the grocery store or wherever, they would all be like, ooh, what are they wearing? Like, it smells good. It would catch your nose. It's not just a scent that you could be used to. You would know someone's wearing something nice.
Gotcha. Is it the personality, or is it the supporting character? Is it the best friend wingman, or is it more the first thing that meets you through the door? Hi!
It's not too bossy, but it's going to take over the room only because it smells so good.
Gotcha.
I think that part's going to be what's intriguing.
Anything gourmandy in there?
Not that I got. There's citruses, but they're not used, like, you wouldn't take a bite of it. Nothing like that.
Right.
I know reading the top, the mid, the base, I was trying to figure out how they would work together, but here they are blended so well, it's almost really hard to pull those out in the chunks that they're listed.
And that's what houses like Parfum de Marly do best. They take these scent notes, but out comes a vibe and a personality that doesn't even seem related a lot of the times. Woo!
So I know that they bring these out in the smaller sizes to see if we can get some votes on things and different stuff.
Right.
I really feel like this could be one of the ones that got a vote. We didn't, we don't see the actual emails that Rod gets, but I could see that this was a good one to test and see what the community thought, because it's going to leave a mark.
A few of the brethren who have been in the game for a while did set my phone off when this came out. Hey, y'all, I know you're going to get a few of those Black Friday ones. Make sure you grab Arlen. It's got a star on it. All right, here we go, y'all. I'm going to see what this is all about.
I'm curious what you'll think of it. It definitely rocks my socks in like a way I wasn't expecting, which is kind of fun.
Oh, that's lovely. That's lovely. All of it is in the mids and lights. Those darks are barely perceptible. So if you are a little worried about strong tobacco, strong spiced woods, those kind of things that can sometimes be hiding out under the surface, those are not perceptible in how this is done. I'm not saying they're not there, but the light, the bright light, is on the mids and the highs of this. And they almost have what I refer to as the syrupy sweetness. It's not done with florals, and I think that's why I call it syrup. It's more of a natural sort of brown sugary sense that for me comes through in a lot of the Avon colognes of the 60s and 70s that my dad and my grandpa wore. There's a lovely sense of looking back over your shoulder at those just slightly, maybe 20, 25% of this personality, But I love that because it is standing on the shoulders of giants and it knows it. Hold on. Oh, and everything in here has just been given this beautiful, elegant black tie twist. So yes, I can sense fruits. But they're like sliced up perfectly by a Michelin star chef and put on a Stirling tray. Well, a Stirling tray on the balcony of your cruise ship cabin. It's just something has been done with each scent note to give it a charm, like when Norman Rockwell paints something. And for me, this is not that unisex, which is kind of surprising. I would put this 80% masculine. But I think the reason that it speaks to unisex-ness is because it's not your traditional John Wayne masculines at all. It's completely the other side. My brain thinks of like Robin Williams would wear this. Well, maybe he did. And y'all, well, things like Angel Share, those beautiful cognacs hit me deep. None of that is in here. No. It is syrupy sweet without being at all boozy. And I think that's why I love it. It's being done with things that are not normally syrupy sweet, but it's being given that elegant quality, that masculine twist, that modern light masculine that I feel like a lot of people were trying for and didn't nail this. Leighton nailed this. Hold on. There's just an air of excitement to this. This is the smell, not necessarily of comfort, but of something awesome is about to happen.
I was just going to ask when you'd wear it. So I guess that means when there's fun things happening.
Opening nights, award shows, like those kinds of things where you do need to be crowd pleasing because you got to sit next to somebody probably in some pretty crowded seats, but something that's going to be that soundtrack to the excitement that you've got in your heart that night. That's what this brings.
And I think you mentioned this a lot, but there is nothing to me that sometimes can be pokey in colognes. There's nothing in here that I think my nose would get tired of throughout the day.
This is the anti-poke. Like, that's a great way to describe this. Absolutely devoid of anything that even pokes its head above the rest. The balance is just beautifully all one size, like watching the Rockettes do those eye-high kicks. They're all exactly 5'9". And y'all, why don't we see what other characteristics might be hiding in the lather while we revisit the scent notes? Constant viewers to the Barbershop Duet will know that at Christmas time, Santa visits our barbershop, and the little ones in the wet shaving community can come onto Instagram and tell him what they'd like for Christmas. Well, Santa did not expect this to show up in the mail after Christmas. This is a very special shaving bowl from Spot Prince that was designed by his little one and friend of Santa Claus, Catherine. Y'all, look at the craftsmanship on this bowl. Santa let us borrow it for 1 week just so that we could show it to you. We have to ship it back to the North Pole via UPS this afternoon. But thank you, Spot Prince, and thank you, Catherine. This is just such a prize. Look at these colors.
I can't get over it. And I didn't even realize, but the Stirling green is pretty close to that, so it's kind of a matchy-matchy episode.
There you go. And these are our bougie sticks from Amazon.com, so we don't contaminate our soaps. And let's see what this pour looks like. Y'all, it's been in there for almost a year, and look how beautifully soft this soap still is. You kidding me? This stuff doesn't expire. And we're gonna push the soap into these ridges as if we're just trying to smear chewing gum into a shag carpet just so we can't get it out again. But that way, when your brush hits it for the first time, it's not gonna grab chunks. It's just gonna grab the soapy. So we're gonna put the bougie water on top here and just sort of laterally bloom the soap. It's gonna run down to the bottom of the bowl and it's gonna stay there. And then our next goal is just to load that soap onto the bristles of this insanely great $12 investment over at Stirling Soap Company. Look at these bristles, y'all. I use this 2 or 3 times a week.
True.
I wonder if I should say this. This is my favorite brush. And I don't know why. There's something about the size, something about the fact I can splay it. I can get under all the hairs. It feels good. I use it like a pencil. Y'all, it is not about money in the wet shaving world a lot of the time. So we're going to go forwards, we're going to go backwards on these bristles and then push down, see what the backbone can do, and then rotate your brush. These bristles are circular. They need a new orientation at which to attack the soap. Now we're going to go forwards, backwards again, push down a little bit, and then turn your brush again. Brand new bristles are going to be taken at that soap, and only about 10% is left here at the bottom of the bowl. Now I'm going to go down and grab that water, and the brush just soaks it up like a sponge. Now you either take that straight to the face or into the bowl. And look at this, y'all. Here we go.
I am getting giant whiffs over here. Let me just say, that water woke things up.
Way more than usual. I usually get hit about 120%, 130% of the potency once it lathers. This, I'm getting almost double. Are you getting that too?
Oh, for sure. It like blossomed open.
Right.
I don't know why, but my brain almost got like the color of like a plum or something.
Oh, interesting.
I don't know. It's not like, it's not close to this color, but I still get that deeper kind of purpley kind of color. I don't Don't know why.
And you know what? We have a new scale that we have instituted here in the Barbershop Duet. We've been calling it either our magic scale or our cleverness scale. And sometimes when a cologne is ultra crowd-pleasing, it doesn't always do so good on the magic scale. Y'all, this does both. Where would you put this on the magic/clever scale?
I'm going to say at least a 7.58. It's cranking up there.
Yeah, me too. And I think this is the current front runner.
I think so.
And I think the magic is best described as scent notes you know coming together in a way that you don't. That's what this is doing.
That's the cleverness side for
Right.
sure. There's something about when they just click together, you wouldn't change anything about the blend or how things are coexisting. They are happy just like that.
And that new thing that's popping out is so different. You don't even know how they made it with those scent notes, but they did. This is sitting about an 8.
There's something so clever about this scent that it just has to be pushed over that limit a little more than you'd expect just reading those scent notes.
And this is something you will only find here in the Barbershop Duet. This is the Does It Debonair with On 3, 1, 2. Oh, that debonairs. Oh,
Yeah, for
that
sure.
is lovely too. And y'all, I'm going to say it, sitting right under the surface of all of the movement of this is a delightful sense that you've been in a bubble bath at the Carlisle Hotel. There is something gloriously masculine-y soapy under the surface of all of these notes. It's not the full character, but it makes it nostalgic and comforting for me, somehow hearkening back almost to a Mr. Bubble hiding under the surface and then building something absolutely luxurious and elegant on top of that. And I think that is part of the magic in this too. There is something from childhood in it.
Yeah, I feel like a little of the sweetness that was on the puck here went away a little bit, and it helped the florals and the fruitiness kind of come through in a different way.
Absolutely. And back to the sales page at stirlingsoapcompany.com.
A floral woody blend, top notes of apple. I forgot that one.
Right.
Lavender, bergamot, and mandarin. So just those, I think, are more coming alive
Right.
here, I gotta say.
It is all fruit except the lavender. This is the fruity barbershop. That's where this starts. And yet, none of them are gourmand. It has sucked all of that out and yet left something beautiful and authentic about those in the center. And then
our mid notes, geranium, violet. That was the color I'm getting. Jasmine. So those are the 3 in that midsection.
okay, so it starts with fruits, and then that lavender opens the door to the florals, and then the mid notes are your conservatory of flowers. Can you really sense them separately, or is it more of a vibe of the 3?
That's funny. When I was smelling it here, I felt like I got more of the jasmine. Here, I get more of the texture of the velvet, I think. And then the geranium just kind of, like you were saying, it got cleaner.
Right.
Something in there helped get it cleaner.
I started looking for the lavender, how that went with those other 3 from the top notes, and I instantly exploded into lavender noir. Now I'm with you. I totally found it in this.
So just in a different way, it's almost like different puzzle pieces. They're
Right.
not even meant to be like that, but my
Right.
brain was like, I kind of think I know something sorta close.
And the lavender in the top notes is just as strong as those 3 florals in the mid. So don't think this is going to be a floral bomb. It's not. And then this novel of base notes going on. What do we got?
Vanilla, cardamom, which I do get a little bit more of spices now that I'm
Right.
digging. Sandalwood, pepper, patchouli, and guaiac wood. They just keep it from getting too dark.
Yep. And they've been turned inside out. So if you were thinking that some of these are hinting at sort of a chai idea, they're not.
No.
It's the other way. It's the smooth quality of the cardamom. It's the smooth part of the sandalwood. Even the pepper just gives it a light sense of carbonation without taking it too spicy or squinchy.
I would agree. And it's funny, when I took my first whiff, I think I said it reminded me more of winter. But now in the lather, with those florals and the fruits in there, I actually could get even like a spring side to this. It really could be an all year round vibe, scent. I don't know.
And the patchouli in this, y'all, is just a whisper. I can barely even sense that it might be in here, but the guaiac wood. That's what's adding that lighter brown sugary sense.
A little more
into
of the
base
cleverness
notes of this.
part, too,
Yes,
I think.
Absolutely. Well, I think it's time to take this a little deeper because there might be more mysteries and wonders to discover. And I want to talk about the beginning of this paragraph. Whether you're reliving the glory days of high school football, I've got that. We have many WIFPAC members in Texas. That I understand. Selling propane and propane accessories?
We need more on that.
That's one I've never seen on a sales page, Rod. That's interesting. And then
Just enjoying a beverage in the alley with your buddies.
you had me for the first part of that sentence. In an alley? I'm trying to think of everything I've ever ate or drank in an alley, and none of it's good.
I mean, maybe if you're in high school and you're not supposed to be drinking, you gotta hide in the alley? I don't know. We need help here. But it sounds like a great time.
If you don't think alleys are dangerous, talk to Batman. Batman knows. There is just so little propane in this.
Yeah, I'm not getting that at all, guys. Sorry. It's just so cute. It's Sarah size. That's why I like these. They just fit in my hand so good.
You know what's amazing? This is just about 2/3 the size of the normal splashes. They just look smaller.
They
okay,
do.
Here we go. This kind of Harry Potter-ness going on
Let's
here.
see.
Let's see. I'm excited about
Me
this.
too, actually. I really... Are there... Oh, yeah, there's more layers here. The pepper. There's... Whew, that woke up. That's more masculine, I gotta admit.
Let's have a corona conversation. Rod and Mandy are very known in this world for their superior dupe oils. And I'm developing a theory that we were talking about as I was getting in bed last night. If the dupe oil is great, when you put it on, it will smell fantastic from the moment it goes on your face.
Yep.
And as it dries down, the adventure does not stray from the personality in this splash, nor should it. However, if a scent has been duped so that only the dry scent is going to smell like the original, sometimes the dry down scent when it's still wet doesn't even smell good. And certainly nothing like the original. Yeah, you literally got to wait. I got to plug my nose for 4 minutes until it's dry. And then I get, y'all, with these dupe oils from Stirling, from the moment they go on my face, I am surrounded by the beautiful scent notes in this, and I can feel them coming together like a Tetris board as they dry down. And I think that is the mark of a great dupe oil.
Yep.
And I have, look at my face, I have never experienced it like I am with this. What a fabulous, swirling, syrupy, sweet dream I was just taken to. This is awesome stuff.
I'm really getting the guaiac wood, too.
I know.
I was not expecting that.
It is as charming as popcorn and caramel. I don't know how to better explain that. It doesn't smell like that at all, but there is just something in my brain that lights up when I smell those super fun, nostalgic scents that this is also lighting up with a floodlight.
I think you were right with your statement earlier of like, you'd wear this if you were going somewhere exciting or something fun was going to happen, maybe a football game. Right. This would be a fun vibe to have.
Even a sense of talc going on in here. I don't think you'd get thrown out of bed for saying this was a barbershop.
No.
This is my favorite mini so far. This is a champion.
It earned its star. It's funny, in the dry down here, like the florals are magically interwoven, so much so that even like the fruity stuff is like been turned into a floral for me almost.
Yeah, that's exactly what's happening, I think. And I think it's going kind of like a Tetris board by the set notes. I think the top notes kind of connect down to the mid notes, connect down to the bass notes. Usually for me, it's kind of the other way around. It's like, here's the bass notes, here's the strong mid notes, and then can you sense the wispies on top? No, this is, again, kind of turned upside down somehow. But there's a reason this made shockwaves in the fragrance world.
Sure. I get it now. Like, we've had certain ones, like another reason why I've enjoyed the wet shaving world is finding homages to certain ones that have literally changed how scent has gone in the cologne and perfuming world. And I can see where this one is a standing member in that kind of leeway of how things have keep morphing over the years. Do you know anyone named Arlen? Like, I want to know why it's called that.
I grew up on a court in El Sobrante when I was in high school with a guy named Arlen. He was super sweet. And Arlene, I sang at his funeral.
Oh, my cousin's husband who was named Arlen. And that was the only person I've ever met or heard that name ever.
There's certain names, Mildred, that I think only people over 75 years old are actually still named. But that's a working theory. Are there any Mildreds in our audience that are under 40? I would love to know. You know what I was going to be named if I was a girl? Myrtle.
That's
Myrtle, named after our neighbor on Roosevelt. Try that one on for size. Hi, I'm Myrtle Klinger with Klinger.
No, but now with Harry Potter, it's Moaning Myrtle. Like that.
Yeah. Hanging out in bathrooms.
Yeah, it's not a good day.
You know that actress was like 30? I mean, 90210. Let's not actually talk about their actual birthday.
I think we're just going to keep whiffing this for the rest of the episode.
Right.
You know,
I'm just watching the clock keep going. We just don't want to stop. This smells so good. So it's pretty simple, y'all. Just be in Dallas, Texas, ready to head out for that high school football game. You're going to get your cushion for the bleachers. You're going to get your big foam finger. But something's going to be missing. Well, you're going to want a little bit more of that sense of excitement. You're going to want a little bit more of that sense of joy. A little bit more of that sense of comfort and nostalgia. Oh, there it is. I got to put on my Arlen splash, and you're going to get your own. Head over to stirlingsoap.com where you can find this and a wide range of other products.
I am back from my shave with Arlen, and it's very fun to get to know Leighton, at least the homage that they've had here. I love shaving with this, and it really surprised me. I feel like it has a fun, bright, kind of hopeful, made me want to smile scent to it. I'll definitely be going back for this, and I love these mini ones for us to get used to these new fun scents we've never smelled before. So thank you, Stirling, and we support this one.
Welcome to Messages.
So for our January giveaway, we wanted to give you a chance to get one of the inaugural soaps that they just dropped over at Adopted Acres Soap Company.
Yeah, y'all, and all you have to do to be eligible for this giveaway is send an email here to WeSentYou@theBarbershopDuet.com, mention the Adopted Acres giveaway, and check back here on our first February episode to see if you are our lucky winner.
Best of luck.
It might be Brian. Let's have a really grown-up conversation. I get more brave as the show goes on. I am way more of a fan of those original shaving soap scents than I am of the cologne dupes. And it's not just because some dupes are better than others. Yeah. It's just because I like the blends of the shaving soaps better because they're meant to showcase those scent notes and how they're being put together. Where these create more of a character, more of a vibe. When you go to Sephora, you're not smelling for individual scent notes. You're smelling for the entire vibe that perfumer put together. Yep. And it's a very different kind of vibe than something like the Beach from PAA. So I have to be a little more won over by these because I had to look super hard in my own life to find the ones that I would wear, and I settled on Obsession in the 80s and Jean-Paul Gaultier Le Male for the 90s, and I stuck with them. Chaps came in a little bit in high school, but y'all, I had to look long and hard. Well, this Leighton is 100% up there for me with those best original shaving soap scents because of how it's built. I would for sure have spent a decade wearing this one. So Rod, Mandy, thank you when you select your colognes. And we have talked to you about this, of knowing which ones translate best to the shaving soap world and then giving us the dupe oils that are of the quality that we can experience the same kind of joy and luxury that those originals bring. Thank you guys for that.
I would completely agree. It's interesting because we got into this only assuming that we would be with shave soaps. Right. Now we have aftershave splashes. We didn't even know EDTs existed at the time.
Then we found out about Barrett from Stax. Now we've got a bunch of dupes of those EDPs.
It's been an adventure. So when Marcus says that, it's true. Like, we have different sides to our den. There's ones that just are like inner kid, want to jump in and hang out because they're... Yeah, exactly. And then now if we're going to get dressed up or go to a holiday event or something, it's like we spend time trying to decide what to wear. Yes. I don't think either of us now would pick a one singular scent to wear. Right. That's a weird concept. We have so many options, and each day you want a different scent. You have a different vibe. What do you want? So it's very cool to have different options in our den. Right. But I am thoroughly surprised that this is one of the ones that rocked our socks as much as it did.
Absolutely. There are a lot of scents that I would wear to a night at the theater, but not many that I would wear to the San Francisco Bay Area Theater Critics Circle Awards. Those kind of special events in our world. That's where this is going, and I am so grateful to have.
Me too. So thank you, Stirling. We've got lots more of these minis hanging out ready on the piano for us to open up soon. Don't forget your next appointment with the Barbershop Duet.
You'll smell better just watching this.